Welcome back to the Ball of Fire channel, and yes, today we're talking about Caledonia's. Basically, they let the game get away from them. Let's get into it. Well, Sheffield Sharks were just having their way with Caledonia, but not in the first half. In the first half, Caledonia came out fighting and lived up to their gladiator name. They were making sure they were dropping shots. Everything was moving. The team was active, especially one player I want to focus on, Ethan Wright. Yes, Ethan Wright, the Leicester player, the ex-Leicester player that moved to the Caledonia Gladiators. He was playing phenomenal, making sure he was getting shots in, moving around the court, trying to find positions that are open so he can take and knock shots down. My thing is that we need more players on that team to contribute more to shooting, as Ethan Wright does most of the heavy lifting when it comes to shooting. I would like to see somebody, take other shots than him. Now, I've seen some other guys that can really shoot. Fraser Malcolm is one of them. But I've seen some other guys that can shoot. Why aren't they shooting a lot more? This should be happening a lot more on the court, not just relying on Ethan Wright. Is it coaching problems? Is it too much for Bunyan to handle right now? I know that he wasn't there at the game, but is it a coach problem or is it something more? We have to look at the fundamentals of why this team is losing, because everything on the surface is correct. They got a new arena. They have all the things that Simon Timoney is providing for them: nutritionist, a dietitian, a doctor, all of the above. They got that all there, but yet they're still losing, and it shouldn't really be happening. This team should be winning. So is it the actual team they have? Ragsdale was the only one that was basically helping out Ethan Wright. He was the one that was another player they could rely on. But if you have two players, that's easy for the defense, like Sheffield Sharks, to then say, hey, let's lock down these two. There's not really other players that really are going to be threatening us, in taking shots. Now, I've seen the game and I realised that Caledonians don't really, try to play for the rim. They don't go into the paint. They like to focus on perimeter shots. If you haven't got players that can knock down the three, forget about it. Go back to perimeter. So go back into the paint. Forget the perimeter. Not everyone can be Curry, and you need to start taking shots, because this is a race. A race against time. As if Caledonia wants to make it to the playoffs, if they want to get in the playoff, because this season has been quite dreadful for them, but if they want to get into the playoffs and at least try to get to the semi-finals, they have to make sure that they start winning these games. Sheffield Sharks, obviously them being Sheffield Sharks, came into the game and did what they did. And we already know that the standout names, Prentice Nixon, what he was doing out there was just terrorizing. I mean, it's a name that the Caledonia is not going to forget anytime soon. But the main focus is how Caledonia is letting the game get away from them. And this has happened the moment Bunyan started coaching. Not to say he's a bad coach. I think he's a good coach, given a hard task to do. If you're going to have him there, you're going to have the assistants there as well, to help him get into, because I don't know if Bunyan before that was coaching. I don't think so. But yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts. It's a race against time for the Caledonia Gladiators, and they need to start winning some games. Otherwise, they really won't have a chance to make it to playoffs. Till next time, peace.